out here making money, man.
And I did scam somebody.
Yeah.
It's real plain and simple. There's only one truth. Most people are scared of it. That's why they want to rewrite history.
Let everybody post it in Toronto Johnson's little punk ass lying ass show.
This is Cosmo Flex, and I'm gonna bust this stupid dope rap of mine.
Yeah. Islam. I'm trying to be your friend, man. I'm trying to be your friend, bro. Help me out. Meet me halfway. Come on. I wanna be your friend. Peace and love. Let me be your friend. Peace and love. I said you ain't never met a more like me, and you ain't never ever gonna meet one again. Now let me be your friend. Peace and love. Let me be your friend. Peace and love. I said you ain't never met a more like me, and you ain't never ever gonna meet one again. I wanna be your friend. Peace and love. Now let me be your friend. Peace and love. Hey yo, I used to be a thug until I met the prophet. Now I'm all about love, truth, peace, and freedom. Till I return to Allah. One day we gon' meet him. I'm all about justice. That's the focus of the message. Sometimes Asiatics make me wanna forget the lessons. I be all up in my passion from all the Moorish passion. All things considered, I start laughing. A grown man with a ponytail. Another calling us Neanderthal, and he all pale. I mean, for real, this is what it come to, my brother. We got nothing better to do than talk down to each other. Yeah, we can be scholarly, or we can get gutter. We are the children of one father, and the breast of one mother has nursed us all. And first of all, we beefing while the peen trying to murk us all. You need to chill, my brother. Tell the elder the same, cause on the real, my man, I'm really about them things. I can take the feds off and get back in the low, and return to the state where they used to call me dope. But no, I'm rolling with the prophet of Allah. I want love, not war. Standing on that four, and I'm holding the square. The compass and the axe that might be too deep. Yo, let's not get off track. See, our prophet was an adept. Do you know what that is? An Egyptian adept is a brother who lived by the universal science developing the Nile. We call it Islamism, but it's the same, my child. Sit at the foot of a master. I train you up, but I might have to bang you up. I still love you. And those that's talking that this ain't Islam, everything the prophet brought is in the Quran. All the other stuff, prostrate and cover up, is just the start. The nearest place to me, the law is the heart. You can dress like Imhotep, but you can dress like a herb. While the Moorish American Muslim unifies the word. You can say what you want about Dr. York, but he gave you different variations of the same thought. You don't appreciate that. You won't appreciate me. Appreciate the holy and divine Drew Ali. People refuse to admit it. He the first that ever did it. Europeans hope that the Moors would forget it, but we here, strong, alive and well, resurrected from hell, with a story to tell. So pay attention and listen, and consider the facts. You know it's humanly impossible for you to be black. I guess a Chinaman is yellow, a Mexican is brown. Just think for a second how ridiculous it sounds. We can turn it around, but we must unite. It's okay to disagree, but we don't have to fight. Cause if we have to fight, you know how we get. I'm still learning to love. No, I'm not there yet. So work with me, fam, and I'ma work with you. And let's all work together and do what we gotta do. Cause on the real side, we haven't made no progress since 1929 when the prophet left the flesh. We got an Asiatic president, men marrying men, psycho shooting up a club and don't see his own sin. And those that say they conscious, that took your bucks, move straight to Hollywood and straight living it up. And y'all bigging it up, straight cheesing and grinning. But it was your bread to help him set it off in the beginning. Be careful what you put in your soul, cause it could blind you. Unfortunately, some people get paid to misguide you. Oh yeah, I wanna be your friend. Peace and love, let me be your friend. Peace and love, I said you ain't never, and you would never. You ain't never, ever. You ain't never met a more like this, and you ain't never, ever gonna meet one again. I wanna be your friend. Peace and love, just let me be your friend. Peace and love, oh yeah, you ain't never met a more like this, and you ain't never, ever gonna meet one again. Now let me be your friend. Peace and love, now let me be your friend. Peace and love, I wanna be your friend. Yeah, let me be your friend. We ain't trying to be enemies. I wanna be your, let me be your, I wanna be your friend. Hey, yeah. I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember. I be that more you gon' remember. To Harker Bay front line till the law call my number. I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember, that's right. I be that more you gon' remember. To Harker Bay front line till the law call my number. If you a friend of the Moors, then you a friend of mine. I was told to watch my enemies.
Welcome.
Speak against the prophet, they speak
Welcome
against me.
to another
They speak about the
edition
prophet over Drew Island.
of Moorish
Who was
World
the first
TV.
to remind you and bind you back.
I'm your host, Melvin Harker Bay. Oh, we about to get some work in today. Yeah, we about to get some work in today.
Acting like you a slave. The same people talk.
We about to get some work in today. Y'all ready?
Buying European hair.
Yeah.
But do the men really care?
I've been working out. Make my shirt tight. You about to get some work today. Oh, y'all want to learn? I'm here.
But when the love for the woman look like your mother, I guess they say it's all black.
I'm here for it.
Now cypher.
What up, Yasmin? The original people. The original people.
I be that more you gon' remember. To Harker Bay.
Yeah. Y'all got to share this
I
one.
be that more you gon' remember.
Y'all got to share this one. Let me share it on
I be that
Facebook.
more you gon' remember. To Harker Bay front line till the law call my number. All you super scholars holler. This era for the workers. You ain't building on the ground, then you worse than a twerker. You look and sound good, but that's only on the surface. Probably working for them people. Now tell me what's your purpose. Ain't worried about your homie, but know that I know every mo that rock a fast. He ain't my bro. Yeah, you know I ain't slow. I seen it all before. How they try to kill the prophet, it was all for dough. And some got it right now. Don't say that I'm not down. I'm coming for my vast estate. I want my town, my sheriff, my stores, my school, my nation. Sick and tired of the procrastination and debate. Y'all keep hating when love is the savior. You don't love yourself, so you can't love your neighbor. That's why you kill and fight and marry out of your race. If you ain't for Moorish world, then get out of my face. Cause Chinese love China, Italians love Italy. If you used to love the Moorish world, come on and build it with me. Let's go. I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember, that's right. I be that more you gon' remember. To Harker Bay front line till the law call my number. I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember, that's right. I be that more you gon' remember. To Harker Bay front line till the law call my number. I be that more you gon' remember. Be more. I be that more you gon' remember. Nap Town. I be that more you gon' remember. To Harker Bay front line till the law call my number. I be that more you gon' remember. LA. I be that more you gon' remember. New York. I be that more you gon' remember. To Harker Bay front line till the law call my number.
Thank you, Nero. He said Malcolm gonna come out the bushes. All right, so y'all can hear me. So look, family, hold up 1 second. So y'all can hear me. So listen, family. I got to do what I got to do. So tonight's show, family, the question is, are y'all familiar with Freemasonry, Masonry, anything of the sort? Y'all familiar with that? Do y'all realize that Freemasonry and Masonry pretty much have a grip on the power structure that many people feel as though that everything is talent and they got a good thing going, but people don't know that there's a lot of connections that put people in position. What I did though, what just confused me is, so one thing I wanted to add before I start the show, I just put the link up there to ViewStub. ViewStub is the platform where I gave everyone an update on what I've been through since my confrontation with Tariq Nasheed. And so, because the people have contributed to me filing this lawsuit, I thought it was only right that you have an update. And it is a fundraiser, I'm telling you now. But if you want to see the full thing, the link is right here. And the link will be in the comment section. I mean, in the description section. Has anybody in here seen the demonstration that I did talking about Tariq Nasheed and myself as it relates to what I've been going through from the time that that I've been covering this story? Anybody in here seen it? If you've seen it, tell me what you think. If you've seen it, Yasmin, you seen it? I think Yasmin's seen it. I think Demetrius Manny's seen it. Anybody seen it? Do a quick sentence and tell me what you think. What you think? You know what I mean? Because everybody asking, somebody called in the other night and they was like, oh, did you really file something? If you didn't file something, it's a lie. I mean, not when I was leaving the courthouse, but when I did the whole thing the other night. You didn't see the live stream, Yasmin? I gotta give it to you. When you was leaving the courthouse, no, not that one. What I did was I took from February, from the time that I went to did the case, all the way to December to this latest situation. However, I even showed how I've been followed. I've showed a whole bunch of stuff. You know what I mean? I showed a whole bunch of stuff. So if those want to make a contribution and check it out, I even read the case file. Many people was talking about the case file. I read the case file. So I read. Have anybody seen what's the guy name? African American Strikes Back. Whatever the guy name, he was like, he should have called me to help. And so it's good that he said that, because hopefully people will go and look and see the whole case as opposed to some little bogus live stream talking about that I got stalking and some foolishness. Yeah. African American Strikes Back, whatever he is. But anyway, if you've seen that, then it would be in your best interest, if you're interested in the story, to look into the history of the case, which I have laid out right here. But now, tonight, family, what I want to share with you is, do y'all know that there's a group, whether it's Masons, Freemasons, the cultists, the occult, whatever, do you know that is what really get things moving and shaking? And last night, because I had the conversation with Malcolm, the guy Malcolm, and it amazes me the level of incompetence that people have as it relates to what's really going on. And so many people are in denial. You know what I'm saying? And so I thought it was only right we're going to do this lesson right here, because many people think as if that they have this super knowledge and you don't have it. And so they know something that you don't. And so what I want to share with you, I mean, you walking in line. You over the white boy got you walking the line. You're going to be a good, I don't know what that's talking about. Anyway, I'm going to ignore a lot of these comments tonight because I want to share some things with you. So in reality, family, what up, Kim? In reality, there is a silent group that actually are in that are in cahoots for the determination on how far someone goes And until we come together, you follow me? Until we come together and understand what's really going on, we're going to continue. We're going to continue around this path. You know what I'm saying? We're going to continue down this path. So let me start. So if you see the flyer, let me show you the thumbnail. If you see this thumbnail, I just want to be fair. So on this thumbnail, you see on the left-hand side, you see a guy that's named Charles Kirkman Bey. Charles Kirkman Bey, right there, he was a member of the Moorish Science Temple of America during the time of Prophet Noble Drew Ali. And at some point in time, he felt as though that he wanted to be in charge, and him and quite a few other group of Moors were a part of the infiltration of the Moorish Science Temple of America that exists till this day. Now, people are going to be mad because I'm raw, and I'm going to tell it how it is. I'm going to tell it how it is. So this guy on the left with that says Sultan on his fez, he and a few others of his cohorts, compadres, tried to overthrow Prophet Noble Drew Ali. After the passing of Prophet Noble Drew Ali, 4 years later, he assumed the role of leadership of the Moorish Science Temple of America, when in fact, he was the one that was instigating to overthrow Prophet Noble Drew Ali. This guy that you see right here, name is R. Jones Bey. He is in the leadership of that faction of what is known to be the Moorish Science Temple of America today. Okay? Now, one thing that I want you to know is that, and I don't pick or choose when it comes to truth, that these are Masons or Freemasons. You understand? These are Masons or Freemasons. Now, do I have anything against Masons or Freemasons? Absolutely not. However, consequently, these organizations have been the organizations that have kept things secret that could actually free our people if we decided to move as one. Now, on the flip side of that, I don't know if brothers in the NOI know, or if they believe it or not, whether they do or not is neither here nor there, but Elijah Muhammad, from my research, and if I need to be corrected, I'm all open for that. Elijah Muhammad was also a Shriner Mason. We seen the minister be honored with the top American Masonic honors that could be given to a man recently. You know what I mean? So that would declare, I mean, these honors, let me give it to you real quick. So I want to give you some understanding in a second, but these honors that I'm talking about that the minister was given was the top honors. You follow me? Now, let me go back to the Moorish part real quick. Now, why is it important? The reason why it's important is because this has went on. My bad. The reason why this is important because this infiltration has went on for a long time. You know what I'm saying? It has went on for a long, long time, and it still exists until this day. You understand what I'm saying? And so it's only right that we show and prove what's exactly going on. Even right now, right? We have gatekeepers. You know what I'm saying? We have gatekeepers. And this is just my opinion. I'm ready to be challenged on what I show here today, but this is all my opinion. Anybody remember Sharif Anil Bey? Anybody remember this guy right here? Anybody remember the debate with Sharif and Reggie? Press 7 if y'all remember that. Anybody remember that? Well, let me give it to you real quick. Sharif Anil Bey was super popular probably in 2015, 2016. I mean, He was super popular in Moorish circles and on the conscious community circuit. You know what I mean? Super powerful. I really admired this guy. I like this guy. You know what I'm saying? But I seen a few weird things. You know what I mean? And I was like, man, he might be one of them. You know what I mean? What I mean, one of them is one of the concealers of the light. And he was striving to be a part of the administration of the Moorish Science Temple of America that I just told you about. And ultimately, he was accepted and he joined that administration. And that administration is without a doubt a contradiction, administration that's full of Masons and Shriners. And these Masons and Shriners, one thing, let me say this. One thing about the Moorish Science Temple of America is this. The Moorish Science Temple of America, and I can only speak from the Moorish Science Temple of America perspective, and I would imagine that this is for other organizations too, Christianity, the Nation of Islam, or whatever you subscribe to. When a person make a commitment to uplift their people in the Moorish Science Temple of America, that's the first and the last thing that they commit to, is uplifting their people, starting with their self. You know what I'm saying? Now, somebody say, what's the difference between you and them? I'm not under that administration. I don't agree with that administration, and I'm going to break it down tonight. So I follow what I call Orthodox Islamism, Orthodox teachings of Prophet Noble Drew Ali. I stick straight to Prophet Noble Drew Ali. I stick exactly to the blueprint. You know what I'm saying? That's why I seem a little, probably why I seem a little different. You know what I mean? Because Prophet Noble Drew Ali was talking to any and everybody, regular people. Most Moors in this day and time, they sing to the choir. They like to trade lessons with each other. No, I'm not like that. I'm not like that. You know what I mean? I follow the strict principles and example of Prophet Noble Drew Ali. I'm the people's Grand Sheik. That's how Prophet Noble Drew Ali was. But Moors today, they have these little secrets. They're Masonic Moors. That's the difference. They got these little groups, and they share with themselves any information and anything that can get each one of them ahead. That's how they go. That's the difference. So I'm of a different administration than them, a whole different administration than them. The guy that made me a Grand Sheik, was one who was the grandson of the appointed Grand Sheik that was with the Prophet. You know what I'm saying? Not that that means anything, because many people was with the Prophet didn't even understand what was going on. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, so this was a big thing in 2015. Sharif was he was the man. He was a big draw at this time. And Reggie, Reggie on the short bus anyway. Yeah, and we're going to talk about that fast too, Nero. So Reggie on the short bus anyway. But anyway, I looked at it, I found out something was different. So let me get into it. So most of the reason why we are stuck into this slavery thing, mental slavery, is because most people that have power, that have money, have taken the oath. They have taken the oath. I mean, you follow me? They have taken the oath. People ask Jay-Z got billions and why he haven't done much, because he has taken the oath. He has taken the oath. And we're going to talk about that oath in a minute. He took the oath a long time ago. So regardless of what you see, you know what I mean? Regardless of what you see and what people make contributions, one of the contributional draws to Masonry, Freemasonry, is their public indulgence of trying to help people. But in fact, at the end of the day, it's the fraternity that actually has the help. The fraternity helps itself. And whatever crumbs that they give to the public, that is a promotion to keep the movement going. And when I'm talking about the movement, I'm talking about the movement of the incandescent movements. You understand what I'm saying? So everything becomes an advertisement. So just because they're doing brotherly things, sisterly things in the community, that becomes an advertisement so they can keep it going, you know. But ultimately, it's the Masonic temple or the Shriners that will begin to build and take care of each other. They're like an ecosystem within themselves. And this is why our people are stuck right now, unable to get out of this matrix, because it's too many of those that look like us, talk like us, act like us, but they really are locked in with something else that is not really for us. You understand what I'm saying? Now people will get mad, but hey, I'm about to break it down. Y'all might as well get your pen and paper, because I'm gonna break it down. And we got many people like that. So when you see a Kanye West and you see the pressing of him on that knuckle right there, I mean, I want y'all to go around and watch celebrities. When you see that pressing of the knuckle right there, I'm about to show you. I'm gonna ask you to pick it out for yourself. You tell me what it is, all right? You tell me what it is. Here is all of the handshakes, all right? Give me 1 second. Here is all of the handshakes. What grip is this? What grip is this? You see? See, they locked in. They locked in. You got to understand the grip. You know what I mean? That's not the Lions. They are locked in. So you can, and this is what I mean. They can't dedicate themselves to freeing us when they already locked in. But I'm gonna break down what they're locked in on. You follow me? I'm gonna break down what they're locked in on in 1 second. All right, give me 1 second, because I'm gonna give you the real. And Masons are gonna come up here and they're gonna be upset. They're gonna be like, "Oh, you don't know what he's talking about. He's not a Mason." That's what they're gonna say. Let me tell you something. Those that control a lot of the economics, those that control a lot of the political comings and goings, you know what I mean? Like when Tariq talk about all of this, reparations and all of that, don't believe it. He's already locked in for the mission that he's called to do, as well as being them folks. You know what I mean? So when you look at Nas, y'all think these people become almost billionaires or billionaires by happenstance? You feel what I'm saying? It doesn't work like that. You know what I mean? Very few people hit that level by skill. Many people are locked in early and they got doors to open for them. Very few. It's very few hit that level by skill. In this society, very few. So don't be fooled because your favorite rapper just automatically rose up to the $1 billion club or the multi-million dollar club. Don't be confused, because this fraternity is a worldwide thing. It's a worldwide thing. It controls political movements. It controls economic movements. It controls social movements. It controls educational movement. It's a worldwide thing. You follow what I'm saying? And just like Yasmin said, no, not Nas, GS. Yes, Nas. Yes, Nas. And it's many more. And it's many more. The thing is that most of these people, they are doing it for camaraderie, brotherhood. But when they are locked in, they are locked in. They are locked in. Listen, you wonder why nobody went after Zimmerman? Zimmerman is flashing right now. This is Zimmerman in court talking to the judge. He's talking to the judge with his hands. You understand? So you need to take notes, because if you are in court, if you are at City Hall, if you are at your job, if you are in corporate America, you can see this all the time. You can see this all the time. And this is how they protect each other. This is how people walk free. This is how people, I'm telling you, this is how the world is ran. There's two different worlds. You know what I mean? Now I told y'all I ain't finished with Sneaky Reeky. I told y'all this winter I'm going to be breaking down some new stuff for you, and this some of the new stuff. This is how the world, there's two different worlds. There's a world that you see, that you live in with your eyes, and then there's a world that's going on around you that you don't see. This is where Elijah Muhammad says we are deaf, dumb, and blind. People think that has something to do with just regular, ordinary ignorance. But no, deaf because you're not listening to what people are saying because they're talking codified language. Dumb because we can't understand what people are saying. Even though we understand the words, we don't understand the depthness of what they're saying. And blind because we don't even see these things standing right in front of us. You follow me? Now, Elijah Muhammad would not teach people to crack the code of this, but he would say that we were deaf, dumb, and blind. But he didn't teach like I'm teaching now so you can crack the code, so you can see it wherever you may be. Do you follow me? Now, Shaq Diesel, everybody should know that Shaq Diesel is one of them too. You see what I'm saying? He's one of them too. All of these people that you think they got there on the merit of their talents, don't you ever fall victim to this. I mean, most people don't get there by the merits of their talents. Most people, although they are very talented. But let me tell you something. There is millions of talented people, way more talented people than the ones that you see before your TV screen or for your phone screen. The thing is that the ones that they put before you is the ones that they can use as a remote control to ultimately control you, to feed your emotions, to tap into the things that you're hungry about, whether it's fashion, whether it's clothing, whether it's sex, whether it's whatever. And they feed your emotions, you know what I mean? So it doesn't matter whether you say somebody said those dudes are trash. I'm just giving examples, but 95% of the people that has been thrusted into stardom, they either controlled by the invisible hand or they are a part of the invisible hand. Period. And that's what I want you to pay attention to. Now, whether it's Al Sharpton with Jay-Z. Now, we know Jay-Z is a known, supposedly street guy. Al Sharpton is a known snitch. So what do they have in common? What they have in common is the fraternity. These are two opposites. This is supposed to be a thorough street guy. You follow me? Now, y'all think he's throwing up the rock sign. I know. Many people would think that. But no, let me tell you something. The rock sign is nothing but, y'all think it's the diamond, but it's pretty much the pyramid. But they saying it the diamond. So what I'm telling you is that these people are gatekeepers, whether you like it or not. Whether you understand it or not, they are the gatekeepers, and this is the thing that has been holding us back. Now, let me tell you something. Let me break this down to you real quick. Most of the people that you thought was fighting for you, that was making you laugh, they were all gatekeepers. They were all gatekeepers, whether you would choose to admit it or like it or not. Even all the years that Mandela spent in prison, he still came out as a gatekeeper. And that's why South Africa hasn't changed much. He was the controller of the opposition of his people. And this is why Winnie Mandela and him ultimately would not ride off in the sunset. And it doesn't matter how much you like somebody. It doesn't make a difference how much you like somebody. Because what happens is, once they take that oath, listen, they can do almost whatever they want to do within the construct of the brotherhood, and the brotherhood will have their back. But you won't know. They will entertain you. They will make you laugh. They would do all the things that you like. They would sell you clothes. They would influence you to smoke weed until ain't no tomorrow, and they don't even smoke weed. They would influence you to buy all the alcohol that they create and they don't even hardly drink. You know what I'm saying? They would influence, they would make alcohol, they would do all these things. But even in doing that, it's the brotherhood that opened the doors for them to make these things happen for you. In order to keep you disillusioned, keep you in a state of what would you call it? Psychosis. You just out for the count. I mean, you just out for the count. And they steady selling you whatever they can sell you. Now, let's be clear. Why would one think it's so important to be a Mason? Now, for me, let me make this declaration right now. Family, I am a Moorish American Muslim, first and foremost. I have never been, never considered, and never will be a part of any organization where I got to take a secret oath. I would never be a part of anything like that. Never. You can forget about it. Never. Because when you are honest, you don't need an oath. You don't need an oath when you are honest. I'm just going to be honest. So with that being said, let's go into a little bit of the celebrity real quick. Then I'm going to break down some of these oaths that people take. You know what I mean? Do y'all remember when LL was raising that pant leg up like it? Y'all remember this? This was probably around the time when he took the oath. Anybody know what that pant leg mean? Any Masons in here? Why is this pant leg rolled up? The left pant leg, why is it rolled up? Anybody know? Huh? Do anybody know why that pant leg is rolled up? Nope. Not because he's a thug. I'm going to show you why. See, I'm going to reveal this truth to you right now. Y'all see this here? This is him ready to walk through the door. An initiation, all candidates who have had gone this way before, the foregoing question being thus proposed and answered. The secretary retires into the lodge, approaches the altar as usual, makes the due guard sign and reports. Worshipful master, the usual questions have been satisfactorily answered. The first four being answered in the affirmative, and the fifth in the negative, and the usual fee has been collected. The junior deacon then proceeds with the assistance of the stewards to prepare the candidate for the initiation, which is done in the following manner. He is divested of his coat, vest, pants, boots, stocking, drawers, necktie, collar, in fact, everything except his shirt. He then is handing a pair of trousers where he is furnished by the lodge. You see? So when I'm telling you, people have taken this oath. And when you are in Hollywood, you have to make a declaration. That's why they showcase it in the way that they do, because they have to make a declaration with the people that they rocking with. This is why LL, he did this for probably about 2 years. That could have been a part of what he had to go through in order to actually be advanced to the next degree. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not sure, so I'm guessing now, but he did it for probably a year or two. And maybe that's what he had to do to advance from the apprentice to the next degree. You know what I mean? But we know people thought that was a style. That people thought that was a style that he created, but no. But why is the left leg rolled up? Anybody know? Anybody know why the left leg is rolled up? See, I'm giving you some signs today. The reason why the left leg is rolled up. Give me 1 second. The reason why the left leg is rolled up, because of this. And I'm about to break it down to you, fam. Y'all ain't gonna get this nowhere else. You know what I mean? The Masons going to say, oh, he lying. He lying. Okay, come and debate me on it. See why I'm lying. Where you get that from? Okay, whatever. Anyway, with that being said, I'm about to share this with you real quick, and then I'm going to bring it back on up forward to you. So the reason why the left pant leg is rolled up is because that's the leg that got to be rolled up when they take the oath on the Bible. You feel me? When they take the oath on the Bible, you know what I mean? And yes, that ritual is similar to coming out of Egypt with the left foot first. Hey, Born King say you kneel down first. Thank you, Born King, my man. Thank you. Man, it feels so good. It feels so good to have people here listening, learning, and woke. Man, that feels so good. But anyway, when they're about to take that oath, you see what I'm saying? That's the knee that they kneel down on. You follow me? And at the word, the right of secrecy. You see what I'm saying? The right of secrecy. So family, you cannot help a people who have been captive for 2,000 years if you having a secret thing going on with another group of people. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's impossible. It's impossible for you to have to be fighting for freedom for a group of people when you got secrets with another group. Do you understand what I'm saying? There's no way possible that can be true. You see what I'm saying? Because the foundation of Masonry, whether people like it or not, the foundation of the Masonry we see today comes out of Scotland, Europe, Europeans. Now, I know people like to say that it came from ancient Kemet. What we see today only have a couple things from Bible, from Kemet, but the European has hooked up his gumbo to it, and that is hardly recognized as ours. And then he sells it back to us, and we become proud of it. How do we know? Let's go to one of the most famous. Let's go to one of the most famous ones, Prince Hall. Prince Hall, although he got on his apron African Lodge, he got a European wig on his head. You understand? Although he's saying that this is the African Lodge, he went to Europe to get permission. He went to Europe to get permission to do what he's doing. You understand what I'm saying? He went to Europe to get permission from who? From Europeans. He got a he asked them. You understand what I'm saying? So this becomes the problem with us as a people, that we feel that someone else. So Umar Johnson asked the question a few days ago, about a month ago. He said the rappers haven't done nothing after all of these years. After 50 years, the rappers ain't got no grocery stores, the rappers ain't did this, the rappers ain't did this, and we got this, a couple millionaires, billionaires. What Umar must don't understand is that the fraternity is fraternity first. It's not about a grocery store. It's not about a grocery store. It's not about bringing you out of poverty. It's about giving you a sandwich, giving you a coat, or maybe giving you a Shriners Hospital to patch you up so you can ultimately make a contribution to this. You feel what I'm saying? Now, what we see today, and I stand on it, what we see today is an adaptation of the Egyptian mystery system, or the Kemetic mystery system. But it's an adaptation. It's hardly recognizable. Let me show you what I'm talking about. It's hardly recognizable. It's hardly recognizable. Give me a second. What I'm saying is, many people like to say that because they don't like to be connected to the European so close to the hip. But they don't have a choice with this one. They are connected to the European at the hip. Period. They are connected to them at the hip. You know what I'm saying? Now, with that being said, however, I do know the essence of what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? I do know the essence of what I'm talking about. But I don't like people following the European system and then trying to act like that is theirs. No, they sold it back to them. They sold it back to them, and it's all fugazi at this point. That's right. It's all fugazi. Listen, if you let me give you an example. Let me give you an example of what I'm saying. When you look at, whoa, what happened? Give you an example. Here I come. Hey, get out of my way. Okay, there it is. Okay, when you look at, all right, so you see that apron right there? Many people don't even know that there's an apron right there. You know what I'm saying? Many people don't even know. Many don't even know that Asar is on his square right there. You understand what I'm saying? Many people don't even know. As you can see, it's a 45-degree angle in his leg, in his knee bend. There's a 45-degree angle that he's sitting on, and there's a 45-degree angle design in there. That's on the square. And so Europeans take the standing on the square and the square within their ritual. You know what I mean? And so when a Moorish American stands on the square, they try to think that we Masons. No, this is our forefathers and foremothers. No. And we don't do it nothing like these Europeans. You know what I mean? Nothing like them. But now, when you look at the collar right here, by Tahuti and the other brother, and then you look at the collar of Prince Hall, that's nothing alike. We know what they're imitating, but it's the European rendition. It's the European rendition. What happened to the ancient Kemet rendition? If we created it, then why are we following the European rendition? Because that's what this is. That's what this is. Let me bring you up another ancient Kemet picture. Let me bring you up a matter of fact, let me Google one real quick. It will only take me a second. Let me Google one real quick, because I could Google a clearer one. Let me Google one real quick so I can really break it down to you. And then I'm going to bring it back forward and show you who is doing this. Let me pull up a SAR. Let me pull up a SAR real quick. All right, there we go. Let's pull up a SAR. All right, here we go. Let's pull up a SAR. I want to pull up an actual picture of a SAR. They're giving me. All right, let's do it. Here go one. This is a good one. All right. I'm going to bring up a couple of them real quick. Let me bring up a couple one. All right. Hey, what happened? Oh, man, it wouldn't go. All right, let me copy this like this. I'm gonna pull up a SAR real quick. I just want a clearer image of the collar. And show you the difference, man. We following this stuff that Europeans sold back to you is just beyond me. Beyond me. And then say it's our stuff. No, it's not. They remixed it. And sold it back to you. If you want your stuff, I'm about to show it to you. I mean, if you want your stuff, I'm about to show it to you. All right, here you go. You know what I mean? If you want the original, all right. So you see that collar right there? See that collar on Asar? You follow me? You see that collar? That's the original. Why are we doing something opposite of the original? This is the European rendition. Does it matter? the European wig? Does it matter? Of course it matters. Because the energy that's put into the foundation of our regalia by our forefathers and foremothers have a certain vibration with it. And we want to tap into that vibration. Once one puts their hands on it and put their energy into something and remix it, it changes the energy and the vibration of it. You follow me? It changes the vibration of it. So that's why it's important not to follow the adaptation of something. You want to get closest to the original as you can. So as I said earlier, I follow the orthodox teachings of Prophet Noble Drew Ali. The original teachings without no cut. That's what I follow. And that's why I invite anybody to debate me. Because I feel as though that the original teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, the way that I understand them, they're universal. And universal truth cannot lose. You understand what I'm saying? Universal truth applies in China, whether you speak Chinese or not. Universal truth. Universal truth applies in Russia. It applies in Nigeria. It applies in Alaska. It applies anywhere. When universal truth hit, it can't be disputed. It cannot be disputed because it's universal. That's the point, universal. So with that being said, you know what I mean? So, as I spoke about earlier, you know what I mean? No, I'm not a Sufi. I'm a Moorish American Muslim. I'm an adept of the Moorish Science Temple of America. Come on, Al Sultan. I'm a Moorish American Muslim. I'm an adept of the Moorish Science Temple of America. I am a revealer of the light, not a concealer of the light. Period. Now, as you can see, let me give you the degree now real quick. So as you can see, this guy that is a part of an Moorish administration, no, you study Sufi. No, I study the teachings of Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Some of Sufi teachings are universal truth, so it's going to sound the same. Universal truth is universal truth. So because you understand it from a Sufi perspective, and I'm teaching it from the teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, it's universal. So it's going to have the same ring to it. But I never studied Sufism. Never. I've never studied it. I've looked at it online a few times. I've never studied Sufism. Never. But I do know that many people say that about Moorish science, and so I can only equate that it's a universal context to it. I can only equate. In fact, I did study this. My daughter's name is Rabia, right? My wife chose the name of my daughter named Rabia. And I researched Rabia and come to find out independently, I didn't ask my wife anything, independently, and what I would find is that Rabia was a Sufi teacher that was a sister, and she was a powerful, powerful teacher. You know what I'm saying? Now, with that being said, he said, but he dealt with esoteric teachings or no. Listen, let me say this to you. Let me say this, Al Sufan. Our people in the natural state, we always deal with esoteric and exoteric teachings. We always did. Only in America do we have one base level of teachings, and they keep it secret from us. And this is the reason why we have this conversation. You know what I'm saying? Only in America. In societies of indigenous Americas and societies indigenous Africa, there are always levels of teachings that go into infinity. We never stay at one. That's only in America. Let me get back to my point. So as we can see, you see how this guy right here, you may see something that you don't see. You know what I'm saying? You may see something that you don't see. See the guy in the red fez right there? Let me share something with you. I'm going to show you something that you need to pay attention to. And I know they watching. Let them watch. They always watching me. That's good. They might learn something. So here is the grand advisor and moderator. Let me tell you what you don't know. When you look at a guy like this and you ever come around him and that tassel don't move, and it's, when you facing him, it's to your left, but it's to his right. Let me show you something real quick. It's as equivalent as this here. The right leg is on the square. The left leg is on the knee with the pant roll up. You can't see the right leg, but it's on the square. You follow me? So when his tassel is tied down to his right, you know that he is of the incandescent initiates. Moorish American fez and tassel with tassel swing freely. It represents freedom. It springs freely. This is one who's in administration called Moorish Science Temple of America Incorporated. His doesn't swing freely. You understand what I'm saying? It's tied down. Now, of course it's tied down because he's a part of that group. Now, to help you out, you will find Sharifs. After this, it might swing freely now. His is tied down. And almost always to his right. You follow me? Listen to me, family. I'm not telling you no lie. I'm not telling you no lie. There you go. I'm not telling you no lie. Right there. You understand what I'm saying? So a true Moorish American who follow Prophet Noble Drew Ali, I'm not saying they're not true, but I'm saying those who follow Prophet Noble Drew Ali, they tassel springs freely. As I think Crip just put in there, 360 degrees. We don't do the tie down. The tie down is obligatory to those who have taken the oath. And now, the question be, how do you take an oath on a Bible and say that you're a Muslim or a Muslim? To be a Muslim or a Muslim, it's saying that you dedicate your life to Allah, the universal creator, the one that's supposed to free you, the entity, the energy, the spirit, or whatever you choose to call it, that's supposed to free you from this crazy captive of this world, mentally, physically, financially, however, because Islam is supposed to be a way of life. So it's supposed to be free in every way, right? But when one takes the oath, let's talk about that for a second. When one takes the oath, right, you got to understand. Let's look at when one takes the oath. When one takes the oath, you whether people want to admit it or not, whether they want to admit it or not, you got to take the oath on the Bible. I mean, now listen to this. I just sliced this for my point because I can't be all night. The Bible is the word's supreme record of man's experience with faith. It is the Mason's trestle board and character builder. That's important work to which you have dedicated yourself and for which you have umbilically, I'm going to ruin that one. Don't worry about it. Receive the apprentice tools, gavel, and gauge. In this book are laid down the principles of successful living. Now, what is the problem with that? when one says that they are a Muslim, the Bible may be a reference book, but the book of God for the Muslim is the Quran of Mecca, or in my sense, the Holy Quran of the Moorish Science Temple of America. So someone said, let me get this. How you born a Muslim and then you take an oath? Exactly. But then you take an oath on the Bible. Because anybody in America that takes an oath to be a Mason, it's connected to Europe. Press 7 if you understand me. Anybody, even those that are splinter groups, they look and imitate the European Masons. Anybody take I know we got some Masons in here. I know. Listen, I invite you for a conversation. Now listen. The Holy Bible, let me go back. The book laid down the principle of successful living. It is great men loom large upon the background of the world's history. They lived, they fought, they loved, they sinned, and they repented. They have left behind them here and the testimony and the keepings of God's law and doing God's will, and are things worth living for. We need to know the Bible to learn its precepts, to reverence it as our great book friend. And this is the same book that they use to enslave our people with the trick knowledge. So what we need to learn about the Bible is the tricknology that's in it to bring our people up out of it. And this is why we see in the Nation of Islam so much that the Bible is almost equivalent to the Quran. Many teach out the Bible equally as they teach out the Quran. I say the Bible is a reference point. But this is the book here where the Mason preacher was able to use to enslave our people mentally and spiritually, whether we like it or not. Now, and that your feet not stumble, that your path may be lightened. This edition of the Great Light has been prepared with the prayer that may indeed be the lamp unto your feet and a light unto your path, and with the hope that you may be able to exalt the psalmist, when he cries, "Oh, how I love the law, though through thy commandment has made me wiser than my enemies. Have I refrained my feet from every evil way that I might keep thy word? Have I not departed from thy judgment?" Now I got all that to say this. The European chose what parts of the Bible will go into the rendition of the Bible that we read today. The European chose how the Bible would be interpreted in English today, or translated in English today. The European chose when the slave could read it. The European chose when the slave couldn't read it. The European chose this religion for our people. And now we're supposed to be out of slavery and go make an oath right on the thing that was helped to keep us in slavery. And here we go. The Bible is not the problem. People's interpretation of the Bible is the biggest issue. No. That's a different conversation. The conversation is one who claims to be free in the sense of being a Muslim or Moorish American Muslim. Did you see the flyer? You don't go take oaths on something opposite of what you just came out of. You're talking about a different conversation, Yosef. This is not that conversation. This is not that conversation. Maybe you didn't see the flyer. I don't know. Let me see if I can find it. I think I still got it up here. Let me see. This is the flyer. Can Freemasons free us? Stick with me now, brother. Can Freemasons free us? This is the flyer. And I'm making a point that these people that claim to be trying to free us, they are actually Freemasons, and I'm saying, can you be a Freemason and ultimately make a contribution to ultimate freedom of a people such as us? It's a rhetorical question. You know what I mean? And so, as my brother El Su Taifan said, you got to free yourself. So, we got to begin to question. So is that a declaration that the Bible and the Quran are one and the same? The Bible and the Quran is not one and the same. Two different things, two different era times, and put together in two different ways. No, it's not the same. Try to read the Bible and then go read the Quran like you read the Bible. I bet you'd be crazy as you want to be. You'd be crazy as you want to be. Just go try to read the Quran. Without instruction, go try to read the Quran. The Quran is written in a language that can't be translated. And the transliteration is not going to give you the full effect of the actual language. No matter how much people try. Because the language in which it was revealed in is not translatable. There is not English equals to the Arabiya. It's just not. I did a debate on my platform about that. You know what I mean? Somebody said, who was Drew Ali teacher? This is the thing. This is how I look at it. The research is still out. Don't let nobody fool you. Somebody asked me, who is Drew Ali teacher? The research is still out. But this is what I would tell you. Prophet Noble Drew Ali says he was born with these powers. And he's never, and when he say power, he ain't talking about walking on no water. He's not, I mean, he's not talking about parting no sea. He's not talking about that. The way I see it, that he was born with the insight. And like any other thing, experience in life hones that insight. Reading and studying and whatever the case may be, experience hones that insight. But Prophet Noble Drew Ali, he gets arrested and they be like, who are you? He said, I was born with this. He said, I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what it was. He said, I got some correspondence courses to read about it. I just didn't know what it was. And ultimately, what would happen, it would develop. Let me tell you something. Do we teach a baby how to walk, or do one day the baby gets up and walk? And then we start to assist and say, I taught my baby to walk. If a child is in good health, I'll give you an example. When a baby is born and the mother latched that baby on the breast, do we teach the baby how to suckle, or is it in the baby DNA? So what I'm telling you, in each and one of you, that the truth is in you, and we got to experience life to bring it out of you. No one can teach you something. They can only bring something that's already in you and bring it out of you. We've been learning in reverse. We think that somebody is pouring something in us. I mean, we think that somebody is pouring something in us. But experience in life and interacting with people, what happens is they pull stuff out of us. We are from the essence of the Creator. We are from the essence of the Creator. And if we are part and parcel of God, the truth that is universal is in us. We just haven't tapped into it. And we've been taught that somebody got to teach us something. No. People enter into your life and help you bring out that within you. I haven't found anybody that did that to Prophet Noble Drew Ali yet. I haven't. And I'm not biased. I haven't. I found stories that doesn't add up. I found stories that do not compute. I haven't found that one yet. If it even exists. But just like I said, just like a baby. You know what I mean? You don't teach a baby how to chew food. You don't teach a baby heart to start beating. You don't teach a baby. You understand what I'm saying? These things are written in the DNA. When the lungs should inflate. When the baby climb up on the playpen or on the table and then let it go and balance themselves. You don't teach a baby that. You don't teach a baby how to crawl. Who teaches a baby how to crawl? You get down on all fours and say, do it like this. No. And that's the same thing with the divine knowledge. See, that's the difference between Prophet Noble Drew Ali and a lot of these other grifters. Prophet Noble Drew Ali teaches you that you have this in you. Now bring it out. Experience, what we call teachers, may assist in bringing it out, but they can't put nothing in you that ain't there. They got to pull it out of you because it's there. Let me move on. But that's the Masonic secret. That's the secrets. They want. That's why people listen. This is why when these teachers and leaders come, they will say, we in the struggle, the goddamn white man, or the white man this, or the white supremacist this, the white supremacist that. And then on the flip side, they say, we need to do this to save ourselves. We got to build this. We got to build that. We got to build this. So they play two halves to the middle. They have a bunch of negatives to trigger your emotions. And then they say, we got to build this to get into your pocket. You follow what I'm saying? And then on top of that, we got spaceships that's going to save us from the enemy that's trying to destroy us. But then we got to do for self and then turn it all in to someone else to benefit. And we continue to be in the same situation. I mean, we continue. And now listen to me. I hope you caught what I just said, because this is the cycle of what happens with this manipulation, and it's a Masonic trick. It's a Masonic trick. It's the Masonic trick to believe that you have some enemy outside of yourself. The worst enemy that you have is you, by not acknowledging that you can supersede and outthink and outmaneuver those who are trying to be enemies outside of you. You have the ability to maneuver. Your thought is so powerful that you can paralyze an enemy. But we don't believe that. We don't believe that no more. We are our worst enemy. This is why I focus on our things that we do and that we grifts that we fall into. Because we need to wake up. We need to wake up. Because the enemy don't only have the power that you give it. And when you are in your right state, your divine state. See, the Masonic trick is to get you to believe that the world that you in is the only world. And that the unseen world that they working in, with their little craft, they maneuvering right around you. And then the real unseen world, the world of energy that you can control, that you can harness, they don't even want you to touch that. Because in order to touch that, right, you have to be emotionally stable. The way that you tap into the divine energy and use it for your purpose, you have to be emotionally stable. Because your emotional state, your emotions is the medium to direct the power by the way of the soul. You know, when you get emotional, when you get fired up, that's a lot of energy. You know, when you cry, that's a lot of energy. You know, when you hurt, that's a lot of energy. Imagine that energy in a divine space. Now you can harness the energy of the unseen to bring forth thought patterns to get things in the right perspective. But the Masonic trick is, you know what I mean? The Masonic trick is to get you to believe that it's something outside of yourself that's more powerful than the you that's inside of yourself. That's the Masonic trick. That's how everybody else say powerful, because they make you react from emotions. And they will sell to your desires of lower vibrations. They will sell to your lower desire for clothing. Clothing, no matter how much it costs, as long as it's not tattered and it's not dirty to disease you, you can be fine. They sell to your lower desires. They sell to your lower desires. As long as the car can take gas and get you from A to B, it's going to do the same thing with the big $500,000 car. It's going to do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? But they sell to your emotions. But now listen, there's nothing wrong with having nice things. But the moment that one tap into your emotions, it ultimately stunts your growth, and it stunts your ability to tap in and use the inner power that's yours from birth. It strictly annihilates it. I mean, Panda crazy. It annihilates it. So this is why it's not good to be emotional about things. It's like when I want to try to break it down to you, family. I mean, the Masonic trick is to detach you from your true self. That's the Masonic trick. You know what I mean? The Masonic trick. I mean, now listen, the way that they do it, and I'm going to say it one more time and I'm going to move on. The way that they do it is to get you emotionally disturbed or emotionally desiring something because your emotional state is the medium to harness the power, because it need a strong medium. It need a strong conductor. Your emotions is the strongest conductor in your body. The mind is strong to tell you where you need to go, but the wings and the motor is the soul, the emotions. Understand? That we call love and those types of things. That is the conductor. But if one, as El Soon said, if one play on your emotions, you cannot conduct your power. And that's how we get taken advantage of. That's how we get taken advantage of. You follow what I'm saying? Now, with that being said, I mean, don't get emotional about anything. Don't get emotional about anything, because that takes your power from you. You know what I'm saying? Now, let me go to number 2. How you going to be a Muslim or a Muslim when it says the Holy Bible has given us, as a rule or guide of our faith and practice? I particularly direct your attention to the great light in Masonry, the Bible. This is standard. This is standard. What is the great light in Masonry? Type it in. And the trick knowledge of the Bible is what has crippled our people. What is the great light in Masonry? So if one are a part of organizations, but they are Masons, family, there is no way, not for people of African and indigenous descent, there is no way. Because the Bible has been used against you. They put it together like that. It's been used against you. This telling you right now. I particularly direct your attention to the great light in Masonry, the Holy Bible. However, men differ in creed and theology. All good men are agreed that within the covers of the Holy Bible are found those principles of morality which lay the foundation upon which to build a righteous life. Freemasonry, therefore, opens this book upon its altars. Freemasonry opened the book upon its altars. Stop trying to protect this book. Stop trying to protect this book. This book is a reference book. So why so many people promoting the Bible these days? Do you know why? Why? So she said, why so many people promoting the Bible these days? I'm telling you why. These people are initiated. They are initiated. They are initiated. Listen to me. Listen to me. Let's go. All right. Real quick. Let me look at this real quick. Take this. These slaveholders right here that had slaves and utilized the Bible and going into the lodge as well as to tell the slave that they are to obey their slave master. George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, James Madison, James Monroe, Andrew Jackson, James Knox Polk, James Buchanan, Andrew Johnson, James Garfield, William McKinley, Theodore Roosevelt, William Hart Taft, Warren Harding, Franklin Roosevelt, Harry Truman. Why would I want to follow in the footsteps of these slaveholders? Why would I want to follow in this? When I'm saying Yosef says, that's why I say the Bible is not the problem. Look, listen. A piece of material is never the problem. But the material was put together for an express purpose. The Bible was not put together to free you. That's why the allegory can be interpreted 5,000 ways. It wasn't put together to free you. It wasn't put together to free you. You didn't put it together. If you interpreted the Bible and you compiled it, then you would have a point. You did not interpret the Bible. You did not compile it. So you lose your point right there, Brother Yusef. You did not interpret it. You did not compile it. The best thing it can be for you is a reference book. And to look in and to see what they're using against you. But you did not compile it. These are stories that come from us. It's our book theoretically because they are not European stories, but we did not compile it. We did not compile it. These are our stories. Make no mistake about it. It's our book with their spin on it, just like Freemasonry. I hope you understand that because I'm not contradicting myself. I want you to understand. It's our book, their compilation, and their spin. And their spin, because we don't know any better, it's used against us. It's used against us. And all of these presidents that I just read all took an oath on this same Bible. All of them took an oath on this same Bible. Let me tell you something. And what I'm speaking about today, I'm not being so stuck on the Bible. What I'm saying is that these people exist today. These people that take that oath with that fez and that tassel hanging to the side, they exist today. Within the Moorish Science Temple of America and other places. I just told you, Sharif Bey, whenever you see that tassel laying down on the side like that, you already know what it is. You see it laying on the side like that for a Moorish American, you already know what it is. They can't tell you the real truth. They can water it down for you. They can't talk like this. You understand what I'm saying? They can't talk like this at all. They can't talk like this at all. You know what I mean? Watch this. Let me show you something. And they always out to show you who they are. They always out to show you who they are. That's Brother Sharif right there. There you go. hiding everything. How you take an oath on the Bible but say that you are a Moorish American Muslim? That doesn't make sense. How do you say that the black man is God, but you then took an oath on the Bible that is compiled by a European at the Nicene Council? You took an oath. You took an oath with a compilation of a book that was put together by Europeans for the sake of domination. For the sake of domination. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make logical sense when you understand history. But most people join these fraternities so they can have the benefits of the brotherhood, to get doors open for them that they probably believe that they can't open for themselves. And that's why I say most people that rise, or the cream rises to the top, that's because somebody has opened the door for them. Somebody opened the door for them. A lot of times that's what happened. But hold up, I ain't finished. Now, one of the things that Masons got to do, one second. One thing that they got to do is this. Wrong slide, 1 second. One of the things that Masons got to do, whether they know it or not, hold on, is they got to be able to keep a secret. They can't tell you. Because if they tell you, what'll happen is, now you're taking food out their mouth. You follow what I'm saying? If they tell you, let's read this real quick. Never conceal and never reveal any of the secret arts. Ever conceal, it says ever conceal and never reveal any of the secret arts. If these secret arts are good to elevate you, why would you conceal it from your brother or your sister who has been captive mentally, socially, economically, and every other way? But once you get initiated, it's taught to ever conceal and never reveal any of the secret arts, parts, or points of the hidden mysteries of ancient Freemasonry. Which have been hereunto may at this time, or shall at any future period, be communicated to me as such. To any person or person whoever accepted to be true and lawful brother of this degree, or within the regularly constituted lodge of Masons, and neither unto him nor them, until by strict trial, due examination, and legal information, I shall have found him or them as lawfully entitled to the same as myself. I furthermore promise, here's the quote, I furthermore promise and swear that I will not write, print, paint, stamp, stain, cut, carve, mark, nor engrave them, nor cause the same to be done upon any movable or immovable capable of receiving the least impression of a word, syllable, letter, or character whereby the same may become legible or intelligible to any person under the canopy of heaven. That means you cannot know what they know. You cannot know what they know. They supposed to have the keys to freedom, but you cannot know. You hear what I say? All this I must solemnly, and sincerely promise and swear with a firm and steadfast resolution to keep and perform the same without equivocal. What's that? Say the word for me. Equivocation. equivocation. I forget how to say the word. Or mental reservation or secret evasion of mind that ever binding myself under a no less penalty than having my throat cut cross, my tongue torn out by its roots, and buried in the rough sands of the sea, at low water mark, where the tide ebbs and flows twice 24 hours. Should I knowingly violate my solemn obligation of the entered apprentice mason, so help me God, and keep me steadfast and due performance of the same. In token of your sincerity, you would attach your hands and kiss the Bible. What Moorish American Muslim or Muslim does this? In token of your sincerity, you will detach your hands and kiss the Bible. The deacon removed the candidate's hands and he kisses the Bible. So what I'm saying is the contradiction of being a Moorish American to uplift fallen humanity, where you give people freely, as Jesus said in the same Bible that they swear on. I gave freely, you got to give freely. See, I just referenced that. It's a reference, but never a standard. Back to my point. At the end of the day, no one, I am convinced that no one who takes this initiation can be 1,000 for our people. I am totally convinced, because the ramification of this is such dedication. It's such dedication to an oath created by man for a brotherhood that your first dedication to that brotherhood will supersede your people. So when we see Obama, see, these are people who have people behind them, handlers or whatever, but they just see the approach to the world through a different lens. But they're on the same team. Republicans and Democrats are also on the same team. They just see the solution through a different lens. That's it. They on the same team. It doesn't matter what they are on the same team. Whether it's Trump or whether it's Biden, they are all on the same team. They just see the solution to maintain power and control through a different process. You understand? They just see it through a different process. The Democrats see it that we're going to maintain our power, our supremacy over top of everybody doing it this way. The Republicans believe that they are going to maintain their power and their supremacy doing it this way. But at the end of the day, it's all about keeping them on top and leaving us at the bottom. And we have people that's a part of that brotherhood of Freemasonry, Shrindom, etc., that are the gatekeepers, so they can continue to be on top and we continue to be on the bottom. It is what it is. You ain't got to like it. Anybody trying to push you in one direction or the other, see, I'm going to give you both sides. I mean, to the best of my ability. But anybody that start talking about the Democrats this, the Democrats this, the Democrats this, the Democrats this, that just means that the Democrat methodology just don't resonate with you. Or the Republicans are paying you to down the Democrats so they can get more support so they can push their agenda. But both agendas is for them to remain in power and for you to remain subservient. Both agendas. If they have to use you, use a Tariq, use anybody like what's the name? The ADOS lady, anybody. Whatever they got to do. Whatever they got to do to maintain their status quo of power. And you remain on the bottom. That's in Europe. That's in America. That's in any European country. The objective is Europeans remain in control and you remain the slave. That's what it is. Like it or not. And anybody that's pushed you, this is why Pan-African is the only way to go. The uniting of Asia is the only way to go. The uniting of us as people from across the world is the only way to go because they are already united across the world. And they got the flunkies that have joined in their fraternities to rock with them. And that's the only thing that's going to help us. The only thing that's going to help us is like-minded people uniting no matter where you may be. Whether you are in Haiti, whether you are in Africa, whether you are in Americas. Charity starts at home, so we should be starting to unite right here. However, we got comrades, we got compadres all around the planet because we are the planet people. We are the planet people. We not the ice people. We the sun people. How do they get somebody said a worldwide network, Hannibal L. They got a worldwide network and we sitting up here fussing about ADOS, FBA, Moorish, Hebrew, but that ain't a Moorish concept. Let me tell you now. That is not a Moorish concept. The Moorish concept is that all of us need to work together. But let me underscore. The like-minded need to work together for a common cause. And the like-minded energy will work together. They will. Because a low vibration cannot vibe with a high vibration. They fall off. The low vibration will fall off like the scales of a snake. They will fall off. And the snake got to run off and go find some heat somewhere. But the high vibration, they are going to vibe. They're going to vibe. It is what it is. Now, with that being said, I think I'm cooking. So when you look at a TD Jakes, there is no difference. Now, one thing that you have to be careful about is these people are definitely initiated. These people are definitely initiated. But listen, everybody that move their hands in a certain way don't mean that they are initiated. The way that you can tell how one is initiated, you have to hear what they talk, watch what they do, and watch their body language and hands. It's a combination of three. You have to watch their eyes, you got to watch their hands, you got to watch everything. It's a combination of three. You understand what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Even when you look at like Floyd Mayweather and McGregor. See how McGregor touched that thumb right there? You see that? The middle thumb he's touching. What is McGregor telling Floyd? Now, I don't know where Floyd putting his thumb at. Because you can't see it. The second knuckle, I'm sorry. The second knuckle. The fellow crab. Or if the camera ain't looking right, he might be doing the pass grip of a master mason. We can't look too close, but we know that it's definitely a grip. So even when people get all excited, look at the chat. They all locked in. Every fight might not have been a win. Every fight may not been a win. It's all entertainment. It's all smoke and mirrors. Little do you know, it may be all smoke and mirrors. You follow what I'm saying? Little do you know. And that's the problem, family. If you're watching Moorish World TV, I'm just trying to get you to critically think. You know what I mean? And we use people, you know what I mean? We ain't finished with Freaky Ricky. We ain't finished with him. But as I said back in November, that we are going to address a lot of things that people are not used to. You know what I mean? And this is one of those things that we're going to be addressing. You know what I mean? This is one of those things that we're going to address it. Because all of these people, at the end of the day, they are gatekeepers. Like it or not. They are gatekeepers. Like it or not. They are gatekeepers. Family, all you got to do, if you get some time in your spare time, go take a look. Go take a look at your celebrities, at some of just the few things that I've shown you tonight. Go take a look. And I guarantee you, you will be pretty much blown away. You know what I mean? And then you can screenshot this. This is the ladder. So it doesn't finish. Enter the Apprentice, Fellow Craft, Master Mason in the Blue Lodge. You see this? Master Mason in the Blue Lodge. I can go on this for days. But this is how deep it goes. It just keep going and going and going and going and going. All the way up into the stolen eye, which we call the all-seeing eye that they stole from us, from ancient Kemet. But it goes all the way up. And so when you see some of these celebrities, they could be at the Enter Apprentice, they could be at the Fellow Craft, or they could be at the Master Mason level. But when you get up to the President level, you up to that 33rd degree Inspector General, the Knights Templar, Order of the Knights, that's when you getting up there. That's when you are pretty much untouchable, because the network is so big. So the question still remains. Can Freemasons free us? And what I'm speaking of is those who are Masons. If Farrakhan is a Mason, if Elijah Muhammad was a Mason, if Farrakhan was a Mason, if Elijah Muhammad was a Mason, and I know these people that's a part of the administration called Moorish Science Temple of America Incorporated, I know they're Masons, because this guy here, right there, with this lecture that I'm about to re-release, he definitely was a Shriner, Mason/Shriner. You see what I'm saying? So the point is, we gotta wake up. We gotta wake up, family. There's a secret hand. Now, I'm going to do a part 2 of this. You feel me? I'm going to do a part 2 of this, and I'm going to show you Masons that's right in front of your face that you probably don't even pay attention to. Right in front of your face. That you probably wouldn't even notice. But for now, what's up, Akata? I love to see you come on the show, bro. They right in front of your face and you might don't even pay attention to. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, this is how the world is moving right now. This is how the world is moving. And we need to be aware of it. You know they're going to be mad at me about this. the comment section is going to go crazy. Because I'm not lying to you. This is the real deal. I mean, this is the real deal. And they are going to go crazy. You know what I mean? So I need you to also go crazy in the comment section. Now, one of the things that I wanted to point out is this. So you see this right here? You see Elijah Muhammad on the right? You see Kirkman Bey on the left? Kirkman Bey was instrumental in trying to overthrow Prophet Noble Drew Ali. He was an infiltrator in history as I study it. But the funny thing about it is that I found something very interesting in developing the story See if I can find it real quick. Not this story, but a story that I'm working on about the history of the Moorish Science Temple of America. And I would find that, not that one. Hold up, not this one. That's for something else. Not that one. It's something next to it. Hold on. That I would find. Where is it? Must not want to see today. Let me see something. Hey, where'd it go? So what I was going to show is that the FBI file, one of the FBI files, here it is right here, that I want you to listen to this. And those who are not Moorish Americans probably wouldn't get this. I mean, Islam Bowers L. Listen to this. In this FBI file, they're talking about the leader of the peace movement of Ethiopia, right? They're talking about somebody in St. Louis, Missouri. A Japanese whose name was forgotten was at the home of blank and her husband blank, at which 200 payment was made to defray expenses in going to St. Louis and getting a place to hold meetings and to organize colored people there in the Moorish Science Temple of America. Listen to this. Later, blank went to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania in August or September 1935 and was met at the station by blank of the organization known as Allah Temple of Islam and Charles Kirkman. Charles Kirkman Bey was also working with Elijah Muhammad. Charles Kirkman Bey is a known informant. A known informant. I can prove it. But why the Moorish Science Temple of America is being overthrown by Charles Kirkman Bey and the infiltration is happening in Detroit by Farad Muhammad. 1935, Farad, he disappeared in 1934. 1935, Charles Kirkman Bey is meeting with Elijah Muhammad. Y'all might don't know what that means, but that's one of the bombs of bombs. That's one of the bombs of bombs. As I said before, the Moorish Science Temple of America, I'm of the thought that it was infiltrated, redirected, and manipulated into what we see today, the confusion. And I'm of the thought that Master Fard Muhammad, I don't want to say fraud, Fard, y'all know I've been butchering words all night. Master Fard Muhammad was sent there to disrupt, redirect, and dismantle the community of Moors in Detroit as well as Chicago. Kirkman Bey was sent to dismantle the group of Moors in Chicago. And the guy here with the red fez on, he's in leadership position that descends from Kirkman Bey till this day. So when people say, what has the Moors done? Hey, Do you know what has been done to the Moorish Science Temple of America? Number one. I mean, do you know that? Do you know what the infiltration of the Moorish Science Temple of America look like? It's real deep. It's deeper than what you think. It's deeper than what you think. The Moorish Science Temple of America is a solid doctrine. Whether people believe it or not, whether outsiders or whether you, a viewer or sympathizer or a friend of mine, believe it or not, it has a book that is the measure in which Moorish American follow. We have the laws, the divine constitution and bylaws, and we have a catechism to help us to understand. We call it the questionnaire to what it's all about. So we have a whole system. When you look at other groups that don't really have a system, you can already know that somebody might put their hand in it. And then when you can understand the system, as I understand the system put together by Prophet Noble Drew Ali, I can measure these frauds against the system. I just want to get life right. That's it. And I believe, whether it's in the Bible or whether it's in the Quran or the Moorish Science Temple of America, I believe in the universal philosophy that truth will set you free. And so I'm for truth. Truth over everything. Truth over friends, truth over comrades, truth over mama, truth over family, truth over everything. Truth over everything. I don't care how long I've known you. If you say that you measure yourself by the teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, and I find out that it's not what you're doing, and I say this is what it is, prove me wrong, and you still go that way, I can't rock with you. If you say that you follow the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and you clearly say that's it, that's all, I rock with you. But if you ask me for some historical context of what happened, and we have a conversation, and you fumble the ball, there's not much we can do. But as long as we don't have no conversation, and you choose to follow what you follow, handle your business. I love you. Carry on. Let's build on economics together. Let's build on some charitable works together. But don't ask me anything about the historical context of a universal principle, a universal science, or a universal truth. Because that may make you not like me no more. So with that being said, family, this was a great teaching moment. I don't believe that a Mason or a Freemason or a Shriner has the ability to free a people that have been oppressed for over 2,000 years. And if a person that's in one of those organizations, I believe that they're going to have to denounce one and give their whole energy to the other. And the other would be the alternative to that organization. Because what we need to be doing is focusing all of our energy, all of our time. If we claim that we want to be free, we should start with ourselves. We should deal with our families, and then we should organize our communities, and we should go and then organize nationally and then internationally. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. It is what it is. If you dedicate your time to an oath over here, there's nothing you can do over here, because your dedication is over here. You're giving the oath. You kiss the Bible. You put your hand on the Bible. Your oath is over here, and there's nowhere you can dedicate yourself to that which is over here. It is what it is.
Check 1, 2. It's time to expose the frauds. It's time for us to go hard. It's time to expose the frauds.
They gon' be mad again.
It's time to expose the frauds. It's time for us to go hard.
Oh yeah.
It's time to expose the frauds.
What?
It's time for us to go hard. It's time to expose the frauds. It's time for us to go hard. First of all, let me welcome
they
all
gon'
the
be
Moorish
mad,
royalty.
Jakaya.
Come on, it's time to go. Ain't nobody gonna deceive me. Deceive who? Deceive you. Never on my watch. Time to go pull out the pot, turn up the heat. Let's make it hot. Don't be tripping on them frauds.
cards when you're rolling with the guard. Nate Crip, Sonny, Boxing, Abu X, and Sean, Yasmin, and the Queen. Akata, email me, brother. Chamber, Ishmael Bay, and Zinsuna. Anybody, they can get it if they gripping on the fam. Moorish World TV, investigating all scams. Come on. Go on, check my record, and please don't front. Come on, send me an email. What up, Crypto? Wrong ones from Sinetta and Polite, and to Tajari Bay, Malik Zulu, Shabazz. Islam Browser. Word to God to all the frauds. Oh, we dropped some knowledge tonight. But there ain't nothing. Watch how I do to Tariq Allah Nasheed. Welcome to another edition of Moorish World TV. I'm your host, Brother Tahaka Bay. Let's get on these frauds' neck. And let's shut them down. Let's go. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. That's right, let everybody know what's going down. Moorish what up, Manning Bay? We gonna shut it down. Share this to these platforms. Thumbs up. The show starts now. Let's get it. Hey family, before I go, I don't want you to forget. Before I go, I don't want you to forget that I do have the road to what was it called? The road to litigation. At the let me pull it up real quick. The road to litigation, where I go into. People was asking what about happened with the Tariq Nasheed thing in the court. I give you the whole rundown from the time that I filed the case, and even times before where things was going crazy, even up to the last court case that we had here in Baltimore. If you wish to see it, I'm going to put out a commercial out because I'm going to be taking it down soon. But if you wish to see it, you can go and see it right here at ViewStub. It is a donation. And let me say thank you to all of my private donors, all of those who's always there to support my big bro Nugent, my brother Crip, Black Girls Read, Stephen X, and all of y'all supporters. If I don't mention your name, I apologize. Don't charge it to my heart. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you to Kaya. Thank you, Taffa World Enterprises. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you, TC, for the Cash App, Boss Trucker, Yosef, and my brother Akata. Brother, hit the email. Let's get it. Peace and love, family. Appreciate you, and I see you, if not tomorrow. What's tomorrow? If not tomorrow, oh man, me and my family, we're celebrating the winter solstice. So we got winter solstice celebration as they celebrated in ancient Kemet. And that's another thing. People say, oh, it came out of Kemet. It came out of Kemet. But what are you celebrating that came out of Kemet? So we celebrate the winter solstice, and we'll be, I think my wife said we're gonna make some homemade cookies and something else. She said we're gonna make a whole bunch of stuff. I don't know. So we celebrate the winter solstice tomorrow. So I won't be live tomorrow. And then Friday is Holy Day for Muslims all over the world. And so I probably will see you on Saturday, but I definitely are gonna throw an upload up tomorrow so people can go and see the stream. You know what I mean? So people can go and see the stream. You know what I mean? From the private stream that I did. So I'm going to do that tomorrow. Peace and love, family. Peace and love. You follow me? You dig?